Hey guys, and welcome. My name's NG Paradox, and welcome to a new game on the channel. I know another new game this month has been absolutely crazy with awesome games being released. And this one is probably the game I've been waiting for the longest. I'm extremely excited for this. This is Hearts of Iron 4. Now, for any of you that don't know what Hearts of Iron is, it's a game series made by Paradox Interactive. So it's very similar in some ways to Europa Universalis and Crusader Kings. But it's set in World War II, and the combat in this is far more intense. It's so much more interesting, the combat in this game. So I hope you guys will enjoy. Obviously, some of you maybe are long-time Hearts of Iron players. I salute you. Just want to say, though, I've never played the other Hearts of Iron games. I was a bit too late to the party. My first Paradox game was Europa Universalis 3. I never really got to play Hearts of Iron, so I've been really excited for this one, a new one to get into. And from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be pretty fun. So let's jump right in. We're going to select the scenario 1936, because I would like to kind of build ourselves up and see if we can change the history before we jump into the war. We'll do that maybe for another time. It depends who we're going to start as, I guess. Let's select this then. So when you begin, you obviously have a selection of many countries you can play. These are all the major powers. I am going to talk about mechanics and stuff, say what I'm doing and whatnot when I play, because I know this game has not been released yet, so I know a lot of you are very interested, and some of you maybe have never played Hearts of Iron games before. You don't have to choose one of these nations, though. If you'd like to choose a different nation, you can just click other countries and say select country. And then you can choose any country in the world. And that makes it really exciting. You could choose Iran. It'd be Iran. You can see here it tells you all the information, tells you what they are. Government, authoritarian regimes. They're not aligned. They're not democratic, they're not communist, and they're not fascist. You could choose Germany still, obviously. And you can see here fascists, democratic, and communist. It tells you kind of the political landscape at the time. If you choose one of the major powers, I would suggest doing that first, because the major powers have some really interesting focus trees which allow them to do really cool stuff. But some countries don't. Poland does though as well, I think. So yeah, you could go with Poland. But yeah, authoritarian regime. Now, I'm going to choose the nation I wanted to play as. When this game I first got, there was one nation I want to play as this nation first. That's who I would choose. I'm not going to choose one of the major powers because I felt probably a lot of people are going to play them anyway. Plus, I wanted to play as this country first. Spain. I'm going to be playing as Spain. Obviously, Spain gets a lot less focus than other nations during World War II because of the Civil War. But if you did not know, I'm actually a quarter Spanish and a quarter Portuguese. My grandfather is from Spain and he fought in the Spanish Civil War. So I've always had a soft spot for the Civil War. And I would like to go and change history. So we're going to choose Spain and we're going to change history. Also down here, if you want to have a look, you have Ironman Mode if you want to click on that. I'm not going to do it because it just means, you know, more loading screens and stuff. And also the achievements have not been unlocked yet, so I can't even get the achievements yet. And historical AI focuses. AI countries will, where applicable, pick national focuses in historical order. So the country will tend to do what they did in history. Not always, obviously they'll react to you as well, but they tend to do what they did in history. Now we're not going to click that because, like I say, I'm going to change the history of Spain. I want to see what the rest of the world looks like as well. It can probably lead to some very interesting situations. So let's begin. Probably lead to some very interesting situations. But yes, we're going to change the history of Spain. That's what we're going to do. Now, there's going to be a lot of things here that you guys maybe have never seen before, unless you've obviously played the game by now, or maybe you've seen someone else play the game. You probably know a lot of the things already, but there's a lot of mechanics. It's like, it seems overbearing when you first get into it, when you first play the game, but actually it's not too difficult to understand, and then it just is about finding what suits you. Now here's our politics. Our leader is Manuel Azana. I do apologize if I do pronunciations terribly, but I'm very bad at other countries' pronunciations sometimes. Now, we're mostly democratic, 47%. 46% fascist. So you can see that obviously he's the leader of the Democrats, but the fascists are very close, and the communists are very small. So yeah, we'll begin on what you see just on the front page though. I'm up here. Actually, we'll do these things first, and then let time go by and I'll explain some of the stuff and mechanics. You got your research here. We'll go through research. I suggest when you go through research, try and do some stuff like militarily, but concentrate a lot on engineering and industry to begin with, because these give things like this, construction speed plus 10%. So that's really good at the beginning, because then you'll have that the whole game. So that kind of makes sense, I feel. Same for this one. research time -2%. So I want to go for those two first. Plus, I would like to get radios. That's really why I want to do it. Click off that. How do I get off this? There we go. And the last one, we're going to go for military, because likely the Spanish Civil War will go off. I don't know if it always goes off. I'm not sure, obviously. Maybe it can change sometimes. Sometimes maybe the Civil War never happens. But if the Civil War does happen, we need to make sure our infantry are ready. So I think, you know, support weapons is probably a good idea. Let's go for that. Then we got civilian factories. So we got our factories to build stuff. We can build lots of stuff. Infrastructure, air bases, military factories, and whatnot. But we're just going to go for civilian factories. Because obviously, if we build more factories, we can build more stuff. To me, that makes sense. I think that's a good thing to start with. Where should we build it? Somewhere that won't get attacked too much. La Mancha. That probably won't get attacked by anyone if they invade us or something. We'll be fine with that. Military factories. So we've also got a military here. We need to build stuff up to get ready. Now, before we do that, I'm going to recruit some soldiers. When you recruit soldiers and stuff, you can choose your divisions here. You can even design your own division. You can see here, edit. So you can see a division here. That's what it looks like. If you would like to add to this, you can click on this and click one of these. But as you can see, it costs you stars. Now, stars are this. Experience points. You can see here you have the army experience, we have the navy experience, and the air experience. So it's really important to get experience, then you can create new types of units and stuff. It can be really cool. And there's so much stuff. You can see here like support stuff. You can get recon company. We have an engineer, support artillery. There's a lot of stuff to do here, so you can really make it how you want. I don't know what's good yet. I've not been able to mess around enough with the game yet to be able to know what's good. But I think we're going to train some mountaineers, because there's a lot of mountains in Spain and stuff. It's probably a good idea to get some of them. No location. Let's go for Catalonia. It's on the border. Okay, that means they'll need equipment and stuff, so that'll have to get ready. So we won't build anything else for now. Let's go back to the military then. So now they need 700, so let's build 2 of them on that, and 1 for these. Let's go for that then. Actually, we could probably just do that. Yeah, we'll go for that. And we'll put 1 there. So we're going to put them all there. Infantry equipment is really important. If your men don't have guns, you can't fight. So we probably do want some guns. Now the docks. Okay, we want to build heavy cruisers. I think we've already got quite a few fleets already. I had a quick look before I started, so we already have some fleets. So I'll just go with that. This is your focus tree. This allows you to kind of do some special stuff or give you bonuses. If you choose one of the major powers or Poland, you get some really interesting ones that can have a real big effect on where the world goes. But obviously, we're just choosing Spain, so we just get the normal one. Everyone gets this focus tree, basically. It just adds bonuses and stuff. I'm hoping in the future they'll add more, like DLC. For example, the same in EU4, Europa Universalis, where they have the idea groups. Hopefully they'll do that as well, add more to different countries. But yeah, we're going to concentrate on industrial. Like I say, we want to build up our nation. Spain does not have the best industry to begin with. Compared to countries like France, Germany, and probably Italy has more. I don't know. I haven't had enough experience in testing. But I feel like we really need to improve our industry. Then we'll go for this. We need trade. So at the moment we need oil. Who do we get oil from? Let's go for Soviet Union for now. We'll get some oil from United States is probably good, but they're really far away. So let's go for them. Obviously, who you choose is important, because obviously, if you go to war with them, you're not going to get anything. That will disappear once you begin. So I think we'll start to begin. We'll let time go by and see how things roll. Open this. You can see here, you see different countries, major countries here. You see the Axis, you see the Allies, and the Comintern. Obviously, the Comintern is the Soviet Union, Mongolia, and Tanu. The Allies are basically just Britain and its allies. Now, before you begin as well, I would suggest to you guys, click on these little map modes. You can see here the supply areas. This will show you all the supply limits for the different areas. That's really useful when you're beginning. States, you have resistance. Resources, obviously, is always good to see what your neighbors have. Portugal has a lot of tungsten. If I want tungsten, we should attack Portugal. And then we have diplomacy, and my favorite one, the factions one. This shows you the factions very clearly. Now, what's really cool as well is that the AI and you yourself, you can create your own factions. It's not just the Comintern, Axis, and Allies. You can actually create your own factions. I really like that mechanic. So it's going to be cool to see if any AIs or if we can create our own factions. Or maybe we'll join a current faction. We'll see. Let's let time go by then. So while time goes by, we'll let time go quite fast because there's not much we particularly need to do right now. We're really going to wait for the Civil War. The Civil War is going to be extremely intense and crazy, I imagine, but I don't know if it can always happen. We'll go over some stuff you might see. Up here you can see national unity. National unity represents the willingness of the people at the top to prosecute a war to the finish. This means basically if it's very low, you'll give up easier. So if France attacks me, I have 50%. Maybe if he takes like 50% of the country, I will give up. So 50% is not that good. Political power is basically your power in politics. Manpower, of course, is your manpower, good for your armies and whatnot. Recruitable, only 461 of civilians, 30,000. So yeah, this is basically because you have your laws here. We have volunteers only. So our army is based upon volunteers. You can change this in the future. And you see here, you have different political powers. They will allow you to pay for them. Some cost more than others, though. So you have to make your way towards those. It depends what you want. And you can change out things like trade and economy. There's a lot of things there to go through. Over here we have the experience, as I said before. This is the factories. This is your convoys, obviously used for trade and stuff. Convoys obviously very important. You need them, or your people aren't going to be able to build stuff. But yeah, did I actually put... Yeah, I did put them in Catalonia, yeah. Over here we have one of my favorite things, world tension. This basically tells you the tension in the world, like what's going on, and why tension increases. This is important because if tension is low, if you're a democratic nation, you can't really do anything. If you're like a fascist or another type of faction, I can't remember which ones, but maybe all the others, you can basically like declare war on whoever you want, but certain types of government can only declare war maybe if tension increases, such as us. So yeah, so it's important to keep an eye on that. That's when things start to get crazy. As the higher that goes, the more crazy things are going to get. Probably this will increase because of Germany and Japan, I would suspect. But we'll wait and see. Right now, the only thing going on is Italy's attacking Ethiopia, as we can see. I don't think Ethiopia can handle this. I don't think Ethiopia is going to win this at all. But yeah. So to begin with, this will be quite boring because there's not much going to be going on, I say. But as soon as things break out, things are going to get crazy. And that's one reason why I want to choose Spain. I wanted things to break out very quickly and to show the war mechanics. And really just to practice myself. Like I say, I've not really had much chance to use this. I've just really been testing with stuff. Not really had a proper playthrough. So this will be the first time. So I'm really looking forward to this myself, personally. The Spanish election. The Second Republic has proven to be a fragile existence. Manuel Azana can be president with the backing of the People Front, a broad coalition of left-wing groups supported by Republicans, communists, and anarchists. But the right-wing opposition, encompassing conservatives, monarchists, and fascists, is also beginning to unite for the cause of bringing down the Popular Front. Whichever coalition falls apart, their opponent are likely to take advantage of their internal conflicts to launch revolution. This election is not the final test Spain will have to endure to resolve this conflict. We're going to maintain the Popular Front because, like I say, I want to go against Franco. We're going to try and push Franco as much as possible. I don't know if you can stop the civil war, but yeah. We want to change history. We want to stop Franco. Save the Spanish people. Save the nation from Franco. Yes. Maintain the Popular Front. But yeah. So that means now the communists have increased, actually. We've actually gone down to 42%, and the fascists have gone down to 41%. So the communists have actually gained from that, really. But we'll see what happens. I don't know when the civil war will hit. I don't know if it hits. I don't know if there's something that kind of controls it. We'll have to wait and see. But when that breaks out, I imagine things are going to get crazy. I'm really kind of tense now. Just like the world tension. Because if I fail, that is going to be very bad for the first series. China's kind of very split up right now. Let me have a double check. I want to make sure they don't have any special things. No, they don't have a special focus tree. But if you have a look at like someone like Poland, I can show you here. So you can see it's all different. 4-year plans, central region strategy. It's really different. This means they can do a lot of cool things. Invest in the old Polish region. The bomb. What's some cool, like, politics? I like the politics ones the most. The Seas concept, Polish. Poland first. Internationalism. Authoritarian liberalism. Intervention focus. Draw closer to Britain. Yeah, so there's things here like seek accommodation with Germany, seek accommodation with the USSR. There's a lot of cool things you can do then with that type of thing. So I'm really looking forward to playing as one of those major nations. But right now for this first one, I wanted to play as Spain to test things out. But yeah, playing as Poland and some of the other major nations would be the most fun. I would suggest playing as one of them for your first time, because they have some really cool focus trees. The other ones don't really get any cool focus trees, but like I say, maybe they'll bring things out in the future. I'd be very surprised if they did not. But we'll have to wait and see. They brought one out for Poland for DLC that everyone gets at the beginning of the game come out. I think they'll bring one out for everyone, and that would be amazing. The future could be really cool. So I might want to leave some countries till later. So we got the industrial effort. Let's go for army effort, just in case the war begins. Obviously, we want to start pushing, getting our soldiers. The infantry is probably going to be the most important thing in this war, because it's all going to be on land, basically. We don't have much overseas. We only have, like, you know, here in Africa, these islands, and of course this part in Africa, and of course over here. That's it from what I can tell. Oh yeah, and this piece of land actually over here. This very small dock here in Africa. Basically, we're surrounded by France. So really, France is letting us be, and maybe we should be on good terms with France then. Then again, if they took our African stuff, I guess it wouldn't be a terrible thing. Yeah, it's not like we need them. Keep an eye on Ethiopia. You can see here, actually, as you go along in the war, as you take things, your actual land increases, because that basically becomes yours. Again, another part I really like about Hearts of Iron compared to the other Paradox games is kind of just the war mechanics are so much more interesting. And if you take a factory, the factory becomes yours. If you take an airport, the airport becomes yours. I think. I would assume so. But I know for the factories and stuff, it definitely does. Hey guys, apologies just then. I just got a knock on the door, so I had to go deal with that. Do apologize for that, but yeah, I didn't think you wanted to hear my conversation with the person at the door. So yeah, I did to that. I just stopped recording basically, but yeah. But we're back. But yeah, you can see they take that. Like I said, the factories and stuff you kind of take. I really like that aspect. We got that. Okay, let's get radios. I want radios. Perfect. Maybe we could get Spain to get nuclear weapons. Wouldn't that be an amazing alternate scenario? Spain creates the nuclear weapons. But yeah, I'm not sure how easy it is for other... Maybe they make it easier for, like, America to make nuclear weapons. I don't really know how they've designed that. We'll have to see. But Spain, yep, kicking Ethiopia's ass. Not really surprising it. Ethiopia is very small compared to the might of Italy. Mussolini and his ambitions. Are there any other African nations, actually? I'm actually just having a quick look. Belgium, United Kingdom, Liberia. There's Liberia there. And that is it. It's completely owned by the Europeans, basically. But you do have Liberia there. That's nice. You could play as Liberia. I wonder if they have any special things. What's your government like? Liberia, democratic. Completely democratic. Wow. Okay. Yeah, just a normal focus tree. I'm not surprised, yeah. I shouldn't really expected it to be any different. But yeah, you could play as them. Maybe take over Africa. That'd be hilarious. I think South America is probably an interesting place to play in. But like I say, it's going to be slow for now, because we're just waiting for the Civil War. There's not much I really need to progress to until the Civil War breaks out. Just keep building stuff. How's our recruitment going? So our recruit's almost done. The training is almost done. Once that's done, that will be good. So how's the production then? Filled, 14. We're making most of the equipment. Very good. Very happy with that. Very nice indeed. One thing actually I wanted to point out as well, you might miss this. If you click on, we'll wait until the research is done, I'll show you next time. There's something you might miss when doing your research that I find very easy not to see. Production. Yeah. Recruits, logistics, everything's fine. I think everything's fine on this. Maybe there's going to be no revolution. Maybe there's no civil war. Maybe I've saved the whole of Spain. But we've gone down the... Oh, it's 42%. It says 41% there, but it's 41.9. That's 41%. Okay. PRR, non-aligned. Republicano Radicals. They have no support right now. And looks as though we've built one. There we go. So we've got one extra soldier there. And we've got the army efforts. Okay. We could build up infantry weapon supports, motorization, doctrines, construction. How about we go for construction for now? Maybe we should go for one of these. Let's go for one of these first, actually. Doctrine, equipment, or motorization. Let's go for equipment. So I'm already doing the equipment, actually, aren't I? So how about we go for doctrine? Let's go for doctrine. We'll click that. We'll get some doctrines going once that's done with our military. Because I want to keep things to like military and doing some industry because we get ready for the Civil War if it does happen. So this will now be military. We could go for this one. It's a bit too far ahead. Yeah, they're too far ahead. Motorization could be useful. We can also get some special forces here. We've already got one mountaineers. Different countries have different ones unlocked at the beginning. So obviously some nations have a lot unlocked. Like we have weapons here unlocked. Some nations might not have that. Some more support units, which I don't think we need. Armor. So here you go. This is one way to look at tanks. We actually have no tanks. Spain does not start with any tanks. We have to create the Great War tank, 1918. But then you can unlock the other tanks. And you can see you can also unlock these. These can change how your tanks, what they're good at or specialize in. So that's something a lot of people also don't notice. I would like to get a tank, but I think we should concentrate on infantry for now. Maybe a land doctrine. Mobile warfare doctrine. So mobile warfare is a focus on speed and maneuver to cut off and disorganize enemy forces. So we could do that. That could be useful. Speed would be kind of nice. I do kind of like that. Superior firepower doctrine. So yeah, just shells, not men at the enemy. Our manpower is precious. No. We could go for this one. Extensive plan and preparation before engaging in battle is the key to success. Perfect weapons are overrated. A large number of good enough weapons is the path to victory. Mass assault. I think I might go for grand battle plan. Max entrenchment, entrenchment speed, time to research. I think I might go for this one. Once you pick one though, you have to go down. I like the idea of a grand battle plan. I feel like that sounds more like me. So let's research that. I think I'm the sort of guy who thinks we should have a mass plan, not really kind of mass produce or focus on one specific thing. The battle plan's what's important. Because so far, things have been very peaceful. Not much has happened. Even Spain is extremely peaceful, which has surprised me. I thought by now they would have started a civil war. But it seems like we're good. There we go. Italy slowly munching down on Ethiopia. And we have our first political thing we can do. Okay, so now we have 150. Normally at 150 you can do something. We can have a quick look. Limited conscription. You see recruitable population 2.5%. Volunteers only 1.5%, so we could put that up. Disarm nation, that could be useful. You know, conscription could be good, maybe for the future. Export free trade, maybe. Let's put export focus for now. Civilian economy. Early mobilization, partial mobilization. We'll leave those for now. I'm going to get some maybe people to do with the infantry. Same logical opinion. Captain of industry, that could be good. Construction speed, actually. Communist, Democrats, okay. We could go for these concerns. Military theorist, experience gain, land doctrine, research time. That could be useful. We could also go for one of these. Infantry. Infantry division attack. I would like to go, I think, for that first. Army defense. Army maneuver and army offense. Defense 10% and 15%. That does the same thing, but for both. I'd rather go for Jose Menance. Let's go for him then. So we'll get him into our board. So our infantry can be a bit stronger. But we'll see if we need that or not. Right now, I think maybe we might not even have a civil war. I was hoping we'd have had it really soon so I could show off the battle mechanics. But maybe we'll have to try and find a different way. We'll have to wait till things break out and we'll have to take sides. But for now, we're just kind of building factories and stuff. Getting ourselves ready. 14th of August, that'll be done. Filled. Are they building more? So they're going to build more. So obviously that means that's all done. So that's good then. Okay, so we'll start building that. But that's full. It's always good to build more. You want to get more. So we'll lower these down. Yeah, we'll just put that to 1. What else do we need to build? Nothing of that. Aircrafts. Let's get some more fighters in. Just in case. I know it's full as well, but we're going to try and build some more up. And let's put that up as well. Let's try and build more fighters for now. We have insufficient then. We need aluminium. I guess United States. No, France is really close. Let's go for France. Send. And then we need rubber. Netherlands, France again. Yeah, let's go for France. We'll be friendly with France, I guess. So there we go. That's all done then. So things are looking up. Maybe we won't have war. Maybe things will be peaceful. This will be a democratic Spain. Yeah, maybe it could be a democratic Spain. Next election, 39. So obviously elections will happen. Right now in England, of course, Churchill is not the ruler. It is Neville Chamberlain. But in 1939, they'll have an election. France, 1940. Ooh, there's a big communist bloc in France. Very small one there in Britain. Okay, what about like these countries? Let's have a look at the different politics. Again, lots of communists in Belgium. No fascists, though. Very small one there. And Luxembourg. Oh, that's not Luxembourg. Huh. There's Luxembourg. Oh, sorry, because it was kind of like over it. And again, a very small group of fascists. Okay, in Luxembourg. Interesting. What about Denmark and the Scandinavian nations? Democratic. Democratic. Ooh, they have quite a big non-aligned group and some communists. Okay, and what about Finland? Finland is non-aligned, but has a good group of Democrats as well. What about Estonia? Non-aligned, Latvia, despotic. Yeah, they're all kind of despotic. And Poland. Okay. Oh, and construction has been done. Very nice. So now that's done, we could go for this. Resource gain efficiency could be nice. And that's maybe a bit too far ahead. Maybe we should go for this then. We got that one. Maybe we should go for this then. Production efficiency cap. Synthetic refinery. That could help get us rid of oil for us. But I might go for this one though. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, those are a bit too far ahead. Mobilization. The tank. Let's go for the tank. I want to start getting tanks rolling out. I would love to get some tanks rolling out. Czechoslovakia. Democratic, it would seem. Edvard Beneš. Austria. Ooh, there's a big group of fascists there. The fascists are the big one, but the government is non-aligned, actually. Yugoslavia is non-aligned. Hungary is fascist. Romania is non-aligned. Oh, there we go, and it has begun. A quick look at Bulgaria. I'm sorry. Bulgaria is non-aligned. And Greece. Oh, Albania, non-aligned. That is a very interesting looking man. King Zog. Ah, it's a monarchy. Okay. And Greece. Okay. So civil war has begun, people. This is where things begin. This is where our road to glory shall happen. A group of powerful generals in the armed forces have issued a pronouncemento denouncing the current government of Spain. They have launched a right-wing coup with the support of conservative monarchists and the clergy. A significant portion of the military has sided with these nationalists, but so far they've failed to capture any of Spain's major cities, with the exception of Sevilla. Leftist volunteers are meanwhile flocking to the banners of the Republican government, ready to support it against the rebels. These loyalists may be poorly trained, but no one can question their enthusiasm. The battle lines have been drawn. Which faction shall we support? Now, I'm going to support the Republicans. Death to the Phalangists. Because, as I said before, my grandfather fought for the Republicans. He fought against Franco. But yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for the Civil War, I would probably not be here. But I would like to fight in the same war that my grandfather fought in. This war has a special place in my heart. My grandfather was a very interesting man. But he was exiled, obviously, after the war. And that's how he ended up in England. So yeah, let's do this. We're going to support them. The Spanish Civil War. A civil war has erupted in Spain. Several generals seeking to overthrow the current government in Madrid have issued a pronouncemento, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. This right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican government, determined to resist the push to their last breath. The battle for Spain has begun. Okay, they've declared war. Of course they have. So there we go. So wars began. Now this is us. We are obviously Republican Spain on this side, and a bit up here. Those guys are going to be in trouble. But here's all this. Here's Zaragoza. We need to capture that. But we have Madrid still. We must defend Madrid to the last man. He has 20 to 48 divisions. We only have 35. Now with this, we've also changed government. Our leader is now Jose Diaz. And we're now actually a communist government. This means no elections. There's still a democratic support though, but we're now a communist government. So we need to look for allies. We need to look for people to send us men. And the only people who'll probably send men to us is the Soviet Union. Let's try and become friends with the Soviet Union. Sorry, I kind of went off the page. That's why it kind of flew across. Unless we can't get anything. Okay, great. We can't get anything from them. Air wings have no mission. Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. Yeah, that's done. Insufficient demands. Insufficient supplies, sorry. We need tungsten. Okay, so we can get tungsten from Portugal. Let's do that. And we need steel. Steel from the Soviet Union. We want them to be friendly with us, so let's send that. All factories are trade. Yes, we need to just build stuff for now. Build men for our military factories. That's what we need. So let's get things ready for war then. So you're now going to start to see the war mechanics. What happens is you can select all these men. You can click this. And you have an army. Then you can click a general. We have Field Marshal Jose Ascenso Tarado. He has max entrenchment. So we'll click him. He becomes the leader. And we can give orders. So you have the front line. This is the front line. So we'll click our border. That will be our front line. We need to defend that against the enemies. The fascist Franco Spanish. We're all Spanish here, but this war must go to the death. And we need to build the offensive line, where we want to go. Now, I probably want to push across here, like just push there, push here, and push through there. So I'm going to put this here. So you put that there, and it does that. Then you can kind of click on this, and it kind of shows you where they'll maneuver. So you can see that that's kind of how it will kind of push forward. I like that. That's how I want to push forward, so I'm happy with that. So we'll keep that there. This means basically that the armed forces will kind of maneuver themselves all across here. So our armies will push themselves all there automatically across the borders, which is really nice. You haven't got to micromanage too much. But I am a very micromanagey general, I've found. And we have these guys up here. These guys are kind of trapped. So we could probably make another army for them. Now, if we want to get, we need to use our political power. Let's get a new commander. So we have Gennaro Valdez. Victor Valdez, like in football. We could promote him, but we'll click him for now. He'll be their leader. And their front line, of course, will be here. I'm not going to give them offensive. They just need to defend, maybe. If they can, we'll automatically, ourselves, manually just push them forward, because we want to cut them off. A lot of things in this game, when it comes to military, is about, like, supply and stuff. So it's far more tactical than in previous games. And our airplanes need to get ready. Join, everyone, go. So okay, we've got them all in there. Now we can assign them to do things. So we've got our naval bombers, naval strike, port strike. Okay, they'll strike the ports. Now, the fleet is done by regions. You get Iberian region. They're going to try and fight in the Iberian region. Air superiority or interception. Prevent enemy planes from doing missions to the region, such as bombing or close air support. Let's do interception. I'm going to keep these guys to interception. They don't bomb my fleets and stuff. So we'll get them to do that. I don't know how many planes the enemy has. But yeah, mission efficiency 74%. Okay. So they're done. Our ships now. We better get them to do something. Patrol. Now we can get into patrol here. They can do that. So we're going to patrol that and this. Actually, don't do that one. Damn it. I didn't want to click that, actually. Convoy, no. Patrol. How do I click it off, then? If I want to deselect it. I don't know how you deselect it, actually. I haven't seen that. Split. Never repair. Repair now. There's a lot of things here. Current engagement. Create new fleet. There's so many things to go through. Close. You can merge. Hold? I guess, yeah, hold. It's probably what you click. And then patrol. Yeah, there we go. So if we're going to stop it, you click that. We'll put them there. Then we have fleets down here. Okay, how about you guys also... Convoy escort. Yeah, you guys can be convoy. We need to obviously protect our convoys. You guys will patrol. And you will patrol here. And so will you. This fleet down here. They'll also patrol. So we'll get that all done. So that's what our armies are doing. So I think we're now set to jump into the battle. I'll be going very slow to begin with. But you'll see all our armies moving to kind of get to the borders. It's all about borders. It's all about how you attack, strategy and stuff. We see the enemy there. Now you can also see on the actual map, you can see here, like, you can see the hangar, you can see the factory. So capturing these is really important. If you can capture them, that gives you a massive bonus. If we capture a factory, we get a factory. So it's really important to get those types of things. Okay, they attacked our harbor, it's fine. Okay, everyone's getting ready. Go, my men, get ready for the battles. Battles will lie ahead. Okay, where are you guys going? So they're going to try and defend these places, okay. They'll try and do the best they can. Hopefully they do a good job. But I can't see many enemies. I'd like to push in on this side. If we can take, like, Cordoba and Sevilla, take all this side, that would be really useful. Then we can just concentrate on the north. Also, it would be good to kind of get these guys trapped here if we can go through here. Or go up, maybe. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I don't know where the enemy is. I don't know what to expect. I'm expecting this to be a close fight. Yeah, it's probably very close. And you can see there the planes all flying around. It's kind of automatic, which is a shame, I guess. I guess some people might miss the fact you don't have to, like, tell them what to do manually. But it's kind of cool, I find. It's really nice. It makes things so much easier and less tedious for people, I find. Because it still works out. It actually works out really well. You're going all the way over there. So how about you guys push instantly into there? Take these two places, yeah. Because that means then you can push through that. So we'll try and push in as much as possible we can see. I can't see any enemies over here. Maybe we should take this factory then. Yeah, maybe we'll go for that factory. Okay, we'll take that factory, we'll take this air base. Okay, happy. So we can see lots of enemies across here. Who is going to that? Someone needs to go to that. Someone needs to defend this factory as well. I have no idea. Okay, he's going there to defend that factory. He's going there. That guy's already there. Why don't you go there? So you can do it manually if you want. It's not a big deal. And that's one of the nice things. Okay, we got men around here. Okay. I'm so tense right now. I don't want to make any big mistakes. There's so much to be worried about. But yeah, I think what we're going to do then, we're going to leave this part here, because this has been a long episode. I just want to kind of introduce you guys to the game and the mechanics and stuff, and get you guys hopefully excited for the rest of the series. So we're going to end this part here. I know it's kind of a tease, but you know, people who watch my old series, you guys know, for me, it's not about being good at the game. You guys will find I don't know much about Hearts of Iron. I'm not maybe the best at the game, but it's all about my immersion. I love to immerse myself in the game, and like kind of become part of it. It's all about the journey to me, the story we're trying to tell. But we will save Spain. We'll save Spain from Franco. That's what we'll do. In fact, actually, before I go, I'm going to try and make friends with the Soviets again. Because if we can make friends, they'll send us people. Non-aggression pact, let's do that. So we want to do that and military access. Because they can send us support. We need support from communists. But yeah, I hope you guys will join me next time. I hope I can do well in the war, make you guys proud. But remember, it's about the journey. Can our people come out on top? Will the fascists succeed? Will Franco succeed like real life? Or can we stop him and unite the country for the people? We'll see next time. I'll see you then.